So another thing I have at my checkout table is our cash and carry. And I always have a few things that maybe I have extra of, or things that are no longer in our catalog that people can buy at half price. So I give them a stipulation. If you book a party or become a consultant, or you place a $50 or more order, you can choose one item out of the cash and carry for half price, and you get to take that home. I have my bags here. I bag it up for them and put a little brochure in, and there they get to take something home with them that they purchased. I often, a lot of times, have people say, well, do you have that in stock so I can take it tonight? We don't want to take too much away from the consultant's party value, because this cash and carry obviously wouldn't go towards that. So we just want it to be smaller things that are maybe earning us a little bit of pocket money and another incentive for them to order data party, become a consultant. I also will have my little goodie box, I call it, and I'll kind of show it here. I always have this at checkout, and it's got a lot of our little sales aids things in there, our scoops, our keychains, things like that. And if they place an order tonight, then they get to choose one of these things out of here. So lots of incentives to order data party book. At my little checkout, I'm always prepared. I have the catalog, the brochures here, because if they have a question, I don't want to be running around the room trying to find a catalog, trying to find a brochure. They don't, bring up their order form, calculator, my phone to do the tax, everything, or to charge a card. I also always carry my little career opportunity book that we get in our kit. This is my manual for life, because I go back and forth to it all the time. And if anybody has a question, well, what does it take to become a director? Because if I usually will introduce myself, talk about how I became a director, the things that I've earned, what does it take? And then I can open this up and show them. So real quickly, as we're closing up here, I also want to show if they date a party, this is what I do for dating a party. So they get to choose a bag. I let them choose the bag. They get to open their present in front of everybody, and then I give them a date me folder. So right then and there, we set a date. Never ever let anyone go home without setting a date. You can always change it, but don't let them say to you, oh, well, I'll go home and think about it and I'll call you or I'll check my schedule. I always give them an option of like 2 to 3 dates I have open and say, well, we need to date you tonight, so it counts as credit for the hostess. So let's go ahead and set a date, and then if we need to change it again, that's fine. But that way you get them in the book and you get them hooked. If they go home and they think about it, a lot of times you don't get that dating. So I make it kind of look cute. That's who I am. I always write their little name over here on the girl, and have my information so they can get a hold of me. I write down their party date and time and where their party's at. And these date me folders also, obviously came in your kit, but you can get them in our sales aids, and they're really cheap. And then open up in the brochure, I give them some invitations that I just made up on Vistaprint, really cheap. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to give them that. I always stick in a fundraiser brochure just so people kind of plants the seed that, hey, we do fundraisers. And of course, the where will the party take you, and showing our hostess say yes offer. And then a couple other sheets that just show like if they're ready, if they decide they want to sign up, that form is there. I highlight the perfect party. Our perfect party is 550 and 2 dating. So I kind of always highlight the middle one, and that draws their attention to what their host gifts are, because a lot of times I have hosts, even after they're looking through the catalog after the party, going, well, what do I earn? This kind of draws their attention to that they're getting 2 half-priced items, blah, blah, blah. I was in a hurry this morning and didn't let it dry, so don't do that, because then it makes a mess over here, and that drives me nuts. But I will give them like 4 or 5 brochures, like 10 order forms, and a couple of catalogs, a couple pins to get going, and I usually stick in an orange peeler. Depending on my hostess. If I can tell it's going to be somebody that's going to go out and give catalogs and they're doing a catalog party, I may put more catalogs in there. But I'm pretty stingy with my catalogs because they are so expensive. And then the last thing I have here is if they sign up to be a consultant, I always have new consultant packs ready to go. Again, Vistaprint's my best friend. I made up little magnets with my information on them, just so they can stick it on their file cabinet or their refrigerator, and they always have my information available. I put our new consultant information and tracking sheet on here that kind of tells them what to set up. I only have a little sticky dot on here so they can take all this stuff off, but I'm all about presentation. And then in here, of course, I put all of our necessary forms, some of the orange peelers and pins, and then just a couple of, one of each thing, because they're going to be getting their kit here in 4 to 5 days, but I want them to have information to go home and read, go through, start getting orders. And I always obviously put my card in here so they have my information right then and there, and always let them know, to contact me with any questions. So that's about it. I think I took up my time. Thanks for listening to me today. I hope you learned a few things, and let's go out and have the best record breaker month ever. Take care.